Welcome back to the channel. Today was supposed to be a CBL video, but whatever reason SD card decided to not format anymore, so not sure what. So lost all the clips, but this is from last weekend. Let's see what I did.
Here, froggy fishies. Who wants a frog? It's just nose having. Why do you not want to walk? Oh well. Oh, scummy. Poor little guy. Guys, a frogfish. Almost lost him. Frogfish on a new Victory 7.4. Ooh, that felt good. That felt good. Ladies and gentlemen, oh, we got a frogfish. Not a big one, but we'll take it. Too excited. So, this is the first time ever watching one of my videos. A couple weeks ago, I did an unboxing where I picked up this rod on the old Facebook Marketplace. Anyway, Facebook Marketplace. And did some trading. I always talk about Facebook Marketplace all the time. But anyway, so this is the second day out with it. That's the first day. Throwing a frog on it. I'm gonna run 2 reels on this rod. My Tranks with 65 pound braid. Yeah, I think I have 65. I'll probably go back down to 50 eventually, but I have 65 at the house. And then I have a Corrado M 200 that I'm going to, I have 17 pound fluoro. So I can flip. If I want to not run braid that day and I want to just flip 17 and flip cover, I can get this row off and put the Corrado on. A lot of people forget that to bring 2 reels. Everyone's so worried about making 2 combos, 3 combos, 4 combos. Well, you can technically I have 2 combos in this one rod now. Frog rod and a flipping rod. Or if we get a lot of grass, I can still use the same reel and flip. So sometimes you don't have to have 2 combos. It's nicer, correct, but sometimes you can just have 1 combo or 1 rod and just have 2 reels for it. So you have, in the instance of 2 combos, technically. Because this rod's completely different when you're running braid to it or fluoro. I think it's actually falling faster than I thought it was going to fall. Big bass. See, I thought those little shits were bass. I thought those little shits. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, BFS stands for Big Fishing Systems. I think you could have felt that bite on the ugly stick. That was a thong. Those are all crappie. No way. Just caught a bluegill. I literally threw my shaky worm up there to get the backlash out, and I'll hook into a bluegill. Or a warmouth, whatever these things are. So I thought so. Felt that little tick. Felt the little tick and just reeled up. Another little one. Some kind of cover right there. Yeah, I remember them casting like out here. It's right there. There was a slight little break. I think they were casting like out here. Right there. Found him. He's been tagged. He's been brought back for weigh-ins. You know they've been called when they got a call tag mouth. Nice, they're right there. Need one. But there we go. Caught one on a frog this morning. Took the frog reel off. Put the floor reel on. And now we're flipping. So, and that's that Corrado M. You guys seen it last year a lot. But now it's on this rod now. But that's kind of what we were talking about earlier. Just be able to do stuff like that. So there's one. Hoping we get a little bit bigger, but nope. But it's kind of where I thought you were gonna be at, right at that edge of that grass. Just took me a minute to get him to eat. I think I flipped into that one crash pile 3 or 4 times. Oh! Didn't get him. Came out, chased it out. Yeah, punching through. You can say that one. Oh, sorry, little guy. I'm so sorry, little. Oh my God. I thought you were big. I am, oh, you are so skinny. So sorry. Jesus. I thought it was a big one. That is a fish. Might be a good one. Is that really oh, bass. It's a keeper. First fish on the bladed jig all day. Oh, it's a keeper. That's 14. Oh, it might be 14. Not just under. You weren't coming off, buddy, in this lifetime. Will you let go? Got it. A little better one. Probably just at 14. I don't really care enough, but not too bad. Good one. I'll take it on the old bladed jig. The old 1/4 ounce. Oh, I love it. By the way, guys, if you guys have a plain 7-foot medium, 7-foot medium heavy crankbait rod, that's all you need for these little baby jacks. Good style hook, but these are just great.
So, like you guys saw, quick little trip down the street, went to a local lake. But the big thing about this video was testing out that St. Croix Victory. It was still one of those really hot days, so the fishing wasn't the best shallow wise, but I was able to use that St. Croix Victory 7.4 heavy I showed off last unboxing with a Tranx 150 for frogging, which I threw. The old Scum frog, I lost it. But Scum, Launch, XS, still my favorite frogs, but they're not the easiest frog to walk in the world, but love them a lot. Then cut the frog off, and I put my Corrado M on that 17-pound fluoro. And the kind of reason I want to kind of talk about it is a lot of people say you need 5,000 rods, and I know with having a boat I can keep 6-7 rods on the deck, but not everyone has the opportunity. Some people bank fish, some people kayak fish. So I want to kind of talk about in that video and kind of do it in the video was just taking a rod, doing a technique with it. Honestly, with how dirty the water is, I probably could have just straight flipped with 65-pound braid, but if the water was cleaner, you can take that reel off, pair up with another reel with some fluoro, so bring an extra reel. This is 17-pound fluoro, and still get the job done. Go out, catch fish on one rod, so you're carrying less equipment with you, because typically you have to carry a frog rod and a rod to flip with. So I was able to kind of eliminate that, and you technically save money. These are higher end combos. These are a lot more expensive combos, $200 rod, $200 reels. But if you're on a budget, you can buy a $100 rod, a couple $100 reels. You're saving a little bit of money. And with how that was set up, frog first thing in the morning, once that sun comes up, cut the frog off, tie a flipping bait on, which that day is a newer bait I'm throwing. first off, should have definitely went with a heavier weight, but this is what I was throwing that day. 6" peg, 3/8 weight. And this is the G-Crack Boa Bob Hob Hog. These guys. These look good in the water. These got bump to bump, so you can see these tails move in the water. And these little arms, I flipped it in some shallower water. They do have a little bit of movement. Thicker-ish body, so you could throw a flipping weight on it or flipping hook on it. I just went with a standard EWG. These are actually some old trapper hooks. They are no longer in business, but they make an extra heavy hook I like. So this was a sweet little combo. Got in and out the grass well. These hold up pretty well. You can kind of see that leg's on a bend. But I caught 2. Lost, had one come up and eat it after I popped it out. But I had probably another 5 or 6 bites. Probably a bunch of bluegill. But it's kind of the whole reason I wanted to show it and talk about it is you can still rock one rod, bring a couple of different reels, and be able to do 2 different things. Like I said, the water's super dirty like my water is. I could have probably just straight braid flipped this, but I went over to Fluoro, and this is called, I think AJ's or something. AJ's Spicy Avocado, black and red. Not really a green pumpkin, more like a brownish green pumpkin with that red flake still. But overall, absolutely a great time. And then the shaky head was on that new level rod. You'll see this next week, do some beat down on Tequila Sunrise. But this is that level rod I showed off last week. 7.2 mini heavy, 3/16 to 3/4 with a SLX 70. That's the new generation SLX-A. It's 12-pound fluoro, and was dragging the good old Bang Lures tap out worm. Don't hear anyone ever talk about these, but they're pretty good. You get them on sale a lot. Real standard. A 6.5-inch worm, I think. 6-inch worm. 6-inch worm. Tail floats a little bit, but this has Bang Lure, that spray in it, so it stinks. But that morning was on a lifted jigs. Not lifted jigs. I remember the jig head. Anyway, it was on like more like a football ball head type jig head, and then I switched over to a tungsten EWG, a tungsten arky head in the afternoon. But shaky head bite wasn't the best. That spot I was fishing, I kind of talked about it a little bit. I've probably seen 5,000 people fish that spot. Never saw someone catch a fish. Last tournament, saw a guy pull up, catch a couple fish. So I was like, well, stop by and check it out. Later date, found one, but you'll see it again next week. Me and Aaron went right at sunrise, and absolutely beat them down. But overall, except that, I got the BFS rod out, which is not out here. Got the BFS rod in the locker, threw around. Only caught one though. The Cashin 7.2 medium light with the Cryo BFS threw a 1/0 VMC redline worm hook on a 4 3/8 little Bass Pro Sticko worm as a little BFS combo. But overall, honestly, kind of a rough day overall. But the main point of that day was to try to catch a fish on the braided reel with that victory, and then a fluoro reel. I was able to achieve that. So to me, it was overall a good day. But it's an August day. It was hot that day. I think the water was in the mid 80s, and it was hot. And I was the only one there pretty much, so clearly everyone knew the fish was not biting that well. But like I said in the beginning, had some SD problems. Couldn't show off the video from last week from the CBO, which you didn't miss much. But I did want to talk about, I got on a pretty decent drop shot bite. Didn't catch anything I was worth bragging about. But I want to show off a hook I haven't talked about in a long time, and that is this hook right here. This is the Owner drop shot hook, specifically designed for drop shotting. They have this kinked up, so when you tie your polymer knot, it helps keep your bait kind of vertical. And if you're not throwing a floating bait, your bait will kind of sit here. It works really, really well. This arc bend here, as soon as you pin them, they stay in really, really well, and it pairs really well, especially that one being 1/0 to 4.5-inch robo worms. or even 6-inch robo worms. Any of those worm type baits, that hook is so good, and it's stupid sharp because owner. So that's something I want to bring up from last week's video. That was supposed to be trying to get posted, but SD problems, good old normal problems. But hope you guys enjoyed this shorter video course. Once again, big part of it was to show off that victory and the swapping the reels. Help you guys out, give you guys some ideas. Even that level rod, if you want to do something with that, you could pair this up with another braid reel, like 20 pound, 30 pound, and you could definitely get away throwing a buzzbait on that rod, or a horny toad frog, or even braid to a leader and throw a swim jig and then cut off it and go to fluoro if you need it to do shaky heads or anything like that. So even that level rod, you can do it, just wasn't a game plan for that day. So hope you guys enjoy the video. Like to support the business to support me, all their contact information will be in my subscription. But until then, please like, comment, subscribe, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.